Hey guys, Willie Myette, creator of Jazzedge. Welcome to Jazz Piano Daily. This is lesson number 29, and today we're going to be talking about how to transpose your jazz licks. All right, so let's jump right in. So first of all, I'm going to show you at the end of the video how to get all of the sheet music for this lesson along with the backing tracks as well. Let's start by busting a couple of myths. The first myth is that you need to transpose all of your licks into all 12 keys. In fact, you've got to transpose everything into all 12 keys. And that's really not true. It really depends on what level of player you want to be and how music fits into your life. So if you are going to be playing piano full time, you're a jazz piano player, that's your full-time gig, your full-time job, or you're going to go to college for this, then yes, I would say you should be transposing stuff into all 12 keys. If you're more of a hobbyist or a semi-professional, you kind of go out, you do a couple of gigs here and there, you're just trying to get better at your jazz skills, well, in that case, then you likely don't have to transpose things into all 12 keys. I would, however, suggest you at least transpose into at least 3 different keys from the original. That would give you 4 keys in total. The reason 3 other keys is that if you can play it in the original key and then 3 other keys, then you're probably pretty likely to understand how to transpose and understand what's going on. Myth number 2 is that any lick is going to transpose just neatly into another key. That's not always the case, and what you'll find is sometimes some licks are going to work better in some keys than others, and that's absolutely fine. If you come into that situation in which a lick just does not fit fingering-wise, then you could just change it, right? It doesn't have to be the exact same notes every single time. All right, so let's jump right in here and take a look at these licks. All right, so the first thing is we have this original lick that we've already done yesterday, okay? So now if you have not taken a look at that one, take a look at Jazz Piano Daily number 28, and I explain how to play this lick in number 28. So now we're going to move into the key of B flat, and we're going to do 2 keys today. We're going to do the key of B flat, and we're going to do the key of F. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to do a little bit of analysis, so hang with me on this. All right, so I always start by figuring out, well, what note am I starting on? And I always relate it to the chord. I find that that's a little bit easier for me because then I could see the relationship between the lick, or the improvisation, and the harmony, all right? I could think about it in terms like, okay, I'm in the key of C, it's starting on the 3rd key of the scale, right? The E is the 3rd of a C major scale, right? But instead, I like to say, okay, it's starting on the 9th of that D minor, okay? So this is starting on 9, and then it's just coming right on down from there, 9, 7, 5, and sorry, I know it's kind of hard to write this, 5, 3, okay? Then I take a look at something like this, and I see that, right, that double chromatic, you know, the double chromatic, and that lets me know that, okay, I'm getting to what? The root. So I want to make sure I get to my root. So I'm coming down, then the double chromatic to my root. So now if I'm going to transpose them to the key of, say, B flat, well, first of all, I got to get my harmony. 2, 5, 1 in the key of B flat would be what? C minor 7, F7, B flat major 7th. So C minor 7, I'm taking this exact same voicing here, and I'm just moving it right on down. I can move down by half steps if I want to. I often say, especially something like this 3-note voicing, take a look at how the voicing is formed. I talked about this in yesterday's lesson. That's the 3rd, that's the 7th, that's the 9th. All right, so on C minor, get the 3rd, the 7th, and the 9th. Okay? For the F7, it should be pretty simple, right? We said we just move 1 note down, and in the B flat major, you can either do that or move them down like this. I like to think of this as chordals built on the 3rd. So you see how this is built on the 3rd of B flat. Right? That's the 3rd of B flat, and this is all 4ths. Okay? So 2, 5, 1. All right, so there's my chords right there. Now I know I'm going to start on the 9th. The 9th in C minor is what? D. Okay? Notice I took the fingering out because you're going to have to start to figure out how to create some good fingering for yourself. You're not going to want to do that with the thumb because you got to do this double chromatic, right? Getting to the F. So instead, 5, 3, 1, I cross over. 2nd, now it starts my double chromatic. That takes me to my F. Okay? Now, on this, the G7 right here, we've already said that, well, wait a second, what is this? This is all a mixo scale, right? So this is all a mixolydian scale right here. Okay, so this is a... So it should be simple on F. Remember, mixolydian is the same thing as a major scale with a flatted seventh. Now, when I was talking about busting these myths, I said you don't have to transpose everything into all 12 keys. Regardless of whatever level pianist you are, you have to learn all 12 of your major scales, okay? Absolutely. No BS there. Any teacher that tells you that you don't have to learn 12 major scales, drop them immediately. They're full of you-know-what, okay? You have to know all 12 of your major scales. And when I say know all 12 of your major scales, not like, oh, okay, I know F, no. You have to know it like... You got to know it like that. You got to know the F major scale. You got to know it has one flat in there because you have to know that scale in order to be able to form these other scales. So make sure you take the time to learn all 12 of those major scales. All right, so here's our mixolydian scale. By the way, that wasn't the major scale. It's the mixolydian scale. I'm flattening the seventh there. All right, so there's my F mixolydian scale. And then I know I'm coming down to the third of the next chord, which is B flat, so it's going to be D, all right? You can also see how the outside notes line up as well. So there it is in B flat, all right? And here it is written out for you. Okay, so try it along with me, okay? Here we go. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Go. All right, good. Now let's move into the key of F. Now here, notice in the key of F, I am changing the voicings in the left hand. Still a 3-note voicing, but I've just changed around the order of the notes here, right? So here, rather than playing G minor 7 like this, now I'm playing the 7th and the 3rd, and now I am playing the 5th. I'm leaving the 9th out, otherwise I would get it right there, which that's kind of a cool voicing too. Anyway, let's not go down that road. So here, G minor 7, I'm playing the 7th, the 3rd, and the 5th of my G minor chord. And then for C7, I just move that 7 down to the 3rd of C. And then for F, this one's actually really simple. I just move that one down a half step. And here you see I have the major 7th, the 3rd, and the 6th. So you see I have the 6th and the major 7th together. That's right. We're not considering that attention. It's really kind of part of the chord, all right? So F major 7 there. So G minor 7, C7, F major 7. With the lick, again, starts on the 9th, down to the 3rd, then my double chromatic to my C, then play my C mixolydian scale, and then end on the 3rd of F. Look at what I'm doing for fingering here. 5, 3, 1, crossover, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Try playing it with me. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-dee. 2, try it again. Right? That's transposing licks. Now let's have a little bit of fun. Let's go through and let's play it along with the band. Now, when I originally did it in the beginning, I played it at 120. I will bring this down to 80, all right, and make it a little bit slower for you. And like I said at the end of the video, I'll show you how you can grab this file. Here we go. All right, so now you'll want to make sure that you grab the sheet music here, right? Like I said, I'll show you at the end of the video how to do it, but let me do this for you just so you have kind of a fighting chance to be able to see it. All right, here we go. Ready, go. You can calm some rhythm there. Get ready for B flat. thinking ahead, we're moving to the key of F now, right? So we're going to get up to that A. Let's go back to the D minor. All right, great. Now, question might be, how fast should I do these licks? You can really do them at any tempo you want. I would suggest, though, see if you can bump this up to like, I don't know, maybe even 140. Let's see, can we do this at 140? Let's try it. So 140, that's a pretty good tempo to try and get to. But, again, start at 80 or even 70. It's perfectly fine. You don't have to play these licks super fast. The main thing that you want to get down is you want to get down the understanding of how do you transpose and what's going on with the lick, right? You want to understand how these notes of the lick actually work. All right, so to grab the sheet music for the lesson, you can just go ahead right back to Jazz Piano Daily, or just go ahead up to the card that just popped up on YouTube, and then you can click that, and that will take you right back to Jazz Piano Daily as well. If you like these videos, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications, and leave your comments. Like I've said in previous videos, I read these comments, and I base the lessons that I do based on the comments that students write. So if you have a lesson suggestion or something you would like to learn, leave it in the comment section, and it might find its way into the next lesson. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you back at Jazz Piano Daily.